I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. Born and raised here. What was the question? What brought me here to this point? A lot of hard work, a lot of fun, making people happy, making myself extremely happy. I wouldn't know what else to do with myself. This is all I know, and this is all I love to do.
I'm from Portland, Maine, and as a young kid, this is the only thing that floated my boat. I watched people around me. I was a studier of people, and the only thing I loved being alone and playing music and hearing beautiful lyrics and chord changes, and so I, being a little bit of a cut up in high school, I decided to go on in music, and so luckily Berkeley accepted pick-style guitar players. It was the only school in the country, and I had to go as a probationary student. I ended up graduating in 5 years and ended up teaching there my senior year, and then that's all I've done is teach and play music since then. I tell everybody I'm on the downside of a mediocre career.
It gives me peace with myself. I get away from everything else when I'm behind the piano, even when I'm listening to music or going to see someone else. It gives me a joy to know that the work I put into it, the return is much greater. It's just much greater to put hard work into anything, and you get what you want out of it. That's basically it.
I think from the combination of being a, first of all, musician, arranger, player, as opposed to a singing, the lyrics have given me it's like philosophy. The great writers from the 40s on to current with James Taylor's and Carole King's and all these eras that I've been lucky enough to portray. It's like the reason I don't need a counselor. That's the way they counseled themselves, was writing incredible lyrics. And what it gives me is camaraderie with other musicians. It's so much better than the spoken language. We say more to each other when I'm playing with good players and people that listen. The language is much louder than words. You can't lie when you play.
We met some 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, I should say, in South Florida. And the moment we started talking, I just knew there was something special about him. And then when I got a chance to actually work with him and listen to his philosophies about music and listen to the way he treats his instrument, he treats others, people. He changed my life. I mean, I thought I was on top of the world years ago in Nashville, working with some wonderful players and being able to be on a super stage many, many times. Nothing compares to what I've got to do with this gentleman, Tony Boffa. I can't wait to get to work with him, not only musically, but musically, I think he's probably the best musician I've ever heard, absolutely, bar none. And to be able to be beside him and listen to him play and interact musically with him is just something a musician dreams of. But with all that said, a family guy, he is. I don't have enough words, but I can tell you, it changed my whole outlook on the music again. You know, I've been doing this since, like Tony, I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, professionally, maybe 10 years after that. And it was tough keeping the momentum up. You know, I had my doubts until I met him again. I mean, when I met him, it started a whole new life for me. He's a genuine guy. He's caring, loving, and like I told you, I've never heard anybody with this much talent in my lifetime. That's the truth.
That's pretty hard to follow. Mickey, I'm touched. Right back at you. Everything he said, I don't need to reiterate it. We musicians, it's very interesting. There's not a right and wrong. People just have a compatibility, and there are not people that are right or wrong. You just need to associate, and things magical seem to happen when you're compatible with someone. Mickey has a spirit and an energy when he plays. I think my real skill is kind of getting people together. I'm kind of, it's more, the group is more important than the individual, and feeling the magic that people have when they interact with each other. Mickey responds to what's going around. Some people don't. Some people play the same way if they're playing alone, if they're playing with 10-piece band. There's no spontaneity to what they're doing. It's kind of mailed in all the time. Mickey responds to what's going on around him, and that just tickles me to death. And so at my advanced age, at 68, fame is a funny thing. Fame doesn't mean artistic greatness. It has nothing to do with it sometimes. The best, being honest with you, the best players I've met were not famous. They kind of just played because they loved the sound of music. I'll never forget George Benson. They said, "Why do you practice?" He said, I just practice because I love the sound of the instrument. And then the fame followed. So anyway, playing with Mickey's a real trip. Meeting him, we just, I think, have a similar philosophy, and it's worked great. And I look forward to tonight. And, we can't guarantee anything, but there'll be moments. That's all we can count on. It's kind of like a marriage, isn't it? You know what I mean? All right. So anyway, thank you.